Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing a spirit reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate with you. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. I praise the creator of all, supreme, omnipotent, and in all things. I praise all of the high and virtuous spirits who have walked the way of eternal light and love. I praise all of our ancestors from Mother Africa, who is the mother of the entire human race. I praise all of the spirits who died during slavery and the Middle Passage around the world, here in the United States, during Jim Crow, and today. Great Spirit family, since you are free of body and form, we know that you now have greater wisdom and greater power. We ask that you hear the call of your child and come protect us. Use your greater power and influence to help us solve our problems of money, health, family trouble, and racism. We ask that you somehow give us a sign that you are pleased with your children and that you are receiving our worship. Benevolent ancestors, open the gates of wealth to our people and guide us in the wisest and most effective ways to help all of Earth's children live harmoniously. Help us to remember we are part of the whole, part of God, part of each other. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, guys, let's get into this reading. The deck that I'm using is the Threads of Fate Oracle. It's a 3-card spread, including the top and bottom of the deck. So let's go ahead and get into it. Your first card is Higher Perspective. Higher Perspective. All right, let's see what that's about. Give me one sec, guys. Let me get it for you. Higher Perspective says, as people who do their internal and spiritual work, okay? As people who do their internal and spiritual work, we are less likely to be bogged down by drama or reactiveness that we know doesn't truly matter. But being human means that there are times where we can't help it. Okay, so it says sometimes it's easy to stay in a higher perspective and see all the moving pieces as they truly are. But sometimes life and the people around us are very good at sucking us into a space of limited vision. This card is asking you to see, this card is asking you to see whatever situation you are experiencing resistance with from a higher perspective. So the animal that goes with this card is the hawk. It says the hawk has always been known for their pronounced vision and keen hunting skills. Most often they are seen circling, okay, while hunting for prey. Anyone who has observed hawks may have noticed that smaller birds often attack and antagonize them. This is called mobbing, and the birds are trying to drive the hawk out of the area, okay? So very rarely do hawks really fight back. Instead, they conserve their energy and find a new area, such as life circumstances may try to bring us out of our center. It is important to remember you have the option of choosing a new behavior and a new environment for yourself. Call on hawk when you need an ally in rising above. Okay, so do you see that, guys? The hawk even knows I'm bigger than these birds. I'm bigger than these birds. If I had to destroy these birds, I would do it. I could do it, you know, but I won't. I'll conserve my energy because they won't be around and I can get what I need from whatever it is that I'm hunting and looking for. This has been coming out so much. So for those of you who are dealing with naysayers, haters, you know, people who could be writing horrible comments. I don't know if people are harassing you, talking behind your back. Do not, they're asking you, don't feed into it. You are so far above the stupid. You're so far above that. And the only thing that they're trying to do is bring you down. They're trying to bring you down, just like those birds. They know that hawk is about to get something we could get. We can have that. So instead of like hunting like the hawk, what do? Let's attack the hawk. Let's attack the hawk. Get the hawk out. The hawk says, I'm not even going to fight. I'll just go a little higher. You can't even go as high as me. I'll just go a little higher, okay? Because I'm going to get what I want. Don't let people drive you away from getting what you need. See, they want to drive the hawk out. The hawk goes, you're not driving me out. I'm just going to go a little higher to where you can't fly, right? And when I need to get what I get, I'll come back down and get it, okay? Don't be moved. Don't be moved. Just take the high road. And I know it's not always easy, and it really isn't because people are stupid. But at the end of the day, is it worth it? Is it worth you coming out of your center, you know? And not upholding how you truly feel and where you want to be in your life, okay? Don't let people pull you down. That's not where you belong. They belong there. That's why they're there. You belong above, okay? So the next card is Get Wild. Get Wild, okay? This, let me get this for you. Get Wild. Get Wild says, to connect with our wild nature is to bring ourselves in a state of balance, okay? Having been raised in a culture that favors order, control, discipline, and obligatory respect for authority, many of us get a feeling of danger when we start to veer off the given path. This card is asking you to spend some time with the primal, intuitive aspect of yourself. What immediately comes to your mind when you think of that part of you? If your wild self was a movement, what would it be? If it was a sound, what would it sound like? Okay, if it was a song, what is that song? Spend some time asking yourself what it means to you to get wild, and then make time and space for that. All right, guys, this card, this Get Wild, reminds me of the Hermit card in your third row of the tarot spread that I just posted for you. Okay, I was talking about that. Going on your own path. That's what the Hermit was saying. It wasn't more so like going within, which you guys should definitely always go within, but it's you need to get off this regular path that everybody is on, the hamster wheel that we talked about in the last spirit reading, and do you, because your next set of cards are the Creator, okay, the Weaver, and Fate. You're destined for something different. You're destined for something. You have a purpose, okay? And your purpose does not involve you following some textbook way of life. You know, just the go to college or, you know, be safe and make sure you hurry up and get married and have a bunch of kids. And it's not, getting married is not a bad thing, and having a stable job is not a bad thing. But if you feel like your life has a different route, there's other exciting things for you to do, there are other parts of yourself to get to know and share, then that's the way you should go. That's the way you should go, because that you being different and coloring outside the lines is a part of your destiny and fate. Okay, it really is. In this deck, these three cards, Creator, Weaver, Fate, they didn't have to come out like this. You know what I mean? The way I shuffled this, to have these three cards come out, goes in line with the tarot reading. When I told you, your very first row showed me you are in line with your destiny. Any other cards could have come out, right? But these three did. So the same thing with this higher perspective. You know, it could be people coming at you for wanting to be and do your own thing, start your own business, whatever it is, change your faith. Just be yourself. Do what your soul calls you to do. Okay? Don't let people's opinions stop you. Don't let them stop you, because you're a creator. All right? Let's get on to this. Let's get Creator. Give me a second. Creator. 91. The Creator. The Creator finds us when we need to move the raw and pure energy in our body and allow it to physically manifest, okay? To be with creation is to simply interpret that which is already within us. There are no rules for creation, okay? This card also may indicate a time where you need to protect your creative works. Guys, I've been telling you that a lot. And I said that in the last tarot reading. I said what you have is exactly what you need. And then there, right next to the Knight of Pentacles, was the Nine of Wands. I said, and it needs to be protected. It needs to be protected. I keep telling you guys, especially for you creatives out there, or anybody starting something new for themselves, solidify it, make it right, make it legal, to where nobody can steal it from you, or, you know, something crazy. You know, just go about everything that you have to protect whatever it is that you're creating. Okay, like I said before, your copyrights, your trademarks, your LLCs, your whatever else I could be forgetting. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it says this card may indicate. Wait. I don't want to reread what I already read, so give me a second. Yeah, they indicate that, yes, you need to protect your creative works. Think of ideas, inspiration, and creativity as a seed that needs adequate attention, nurturing, and protection. This also goes back to what I was saying. So it says, think of your creative works, okay, as seeds that need adequate attention, nurturing, and protection. That also goes back to the Knight of Pentacles. I said, put in more dedication and more work, okay? What you have, like that seed, that this valuable thing needs to be worked on. And it is something of, you guys are going to be successful with whatever this is, but you have to nurture it. You have to nurture. I had another reading where I was telling you guys, whatever this job or love thing is, it needs to be nurtured. When you had a lot of aces and pages, I knew it was nurturing. So that's why when I was saying, this is not going to be some overnight success, or what is it? Like going viral and all that kind of stuff, because you're going to put in the right amount of work and tend to things to make it exactly what it needs to be for when all of the attention comes. Then you don't got to worry about and backtrack and make things right. See, what if you had something and you gained all this attention, but it had no protection and it had no further ideas for it? You know, you don't want to have your work like that, where it's like, oh crap, all these people want something and I have nothing to give, or I can't protect my own work. You know, people are so interested in this thing and it doesn't have proper protection. You know, when people get in a hold of your ideas. Here, look. So it says, give me a second. If you have an idea or are working on something, you are being encouraged to keep the energy close to you, just like that knight had that pentacle tight. It says, nurture the seed, protect it, and keep it within your personal container. Do not scatter or share sacred creative energy with others until you know it's the right time. Okay, it says, and I could take that two ways. I even feel, for some reason, that just came up to me as sexual energy as well. And that's probably why some of you probably want to keep some of that sexual energy to yourself, is in order to pour it into your creative works. So it says the balanced creator has lots of energy and finds inspiration easily. Others may perceive them as always moving to new things, but in reality, they are grounded enough to show up to one idea in order for it to manifest. Show up to one idea in order for it to manifest. So you can have many ideas, many things you want to produce, but remember, show up for the one, okay? The one that you know needs to be presented to the world, okay? So it says, give me one sec. They also have a playful disposition and are skilled at turning challenges into opportunities to problem solve, as opposed to allowing themselves to get defeated. There is a flexibility and fluidity inherent in creator, which is electric and can serve as a catalyst for others to tap into their own wells of inspiration. Okay, it says they can view themselves as being unworthy, and their value can be dependent on how much other people appreciate their work. Okay, they tend to isolate themselves. Yeah, we're still talking about creator here, but that was just a big switch. So excuse me, it says they can isolate themselves. Yeah, they may tend to isolate themselves. They can also overlook other aspects of their life, family, friends, responsibilities, personal needs in favor of their creative work. On the other hand, they may have an inflated ego and have a larger than life disposition. They also may believe that they need to suffer in order to create art, in turn keeping personal development stagnant. So if this last part, if this is you, then check yourself. Check your ego if it's too big. I said in your tarot reading, I said some of you might need to take a break. I said maybe you need to take a break from connecting to spirit too much. I was like, maybe you're doing too many offerings or things like that. Maybe what that was saying is what I was picking up was you're too focused on a particular thing, and you need to maybe direct your focus somewhere else. Like, just give it a break. Give it a break, because you don't want to ignore family, friends, and other responsibilities and your own personal needs. One of the things that you guys can do during this time, and you could be like, duh, yeah. I mean, listen to music, work out. You know, and the thing is, it could be like yeah, sure. But it's like, if you haven't been working out or you haven't been tuning into, you know, different music or anything like that, you have been overly focused on something else. You know what I mean? If you haven't been, if you aren't doing the normal day-to-day things like tending to your body or enjoying music, that means you're overly focused. You're way too focused. Okay. So give yourself a break. Okay. And then and that, working out, getting into nature, listening to music, let that inspiration come to you to bring it back to your work. Okay. So, give me a second. And you don't have to suffer. Bad things don't have to happen to you in order for you to make great work. All right. Remember that. You don't have to be in a negative state. You don't have to always draw on bad experiences. You can tap into something higher and create something different. Okay. All right. So creator, that was that. Then we have Weaver. Weaver. Okay, just give me a second. Let me get Weaver for you. Weaver. Weaver says, the Weaver is the master of their destiny. This deck is named the Threads of Fate because each one of us has thousands of threads that, when combined, weave the fabric of our life. We can braid, nurture, or sever any strand at any time, and in doing so, we are the Weaver. This card urges you to take inventory of the threads active within your life at the moment. What needs to happen, what needs to happen moving forward? Okay, so what needs to happen going forward in your life? Which ones need to grow stronger? What threads need to be a little bit stronger? Which ones need to be cut? What actions can you take to tend to the threads of your fate? Ooh, and then the next card is fate. The next card is fate. So guys, you got to do some inventory. And that's what I was saying before. Like when, you know, trying to put your energy everywhere, being too busy where certain things don't even need to be involved in your life. You need to pick how to get to your destiny without all of this clutter and drama and extra, you know, extra stuff. Don't let your ego confuse you by constantly adding in, because you get real distracted. You can get very, very distracted. So, fate, okay? Let's do fate. Fate. 96. Fate says, this card is a reminder that you create your fate. And it's again talking about you being the creator. You create your fate. While some lessons and experiences are inescapable, we have free will and choice within the life we are given. This does not always equal fairness. Okay, some of us had it easier than others. Some of us have gone through things that, you know, we wish we never had to, and some people will never go through, but we still have to push on. So here it says, as we do not all start life from the same footing, nonetheless, each choice we make matters. From this place, we can approach the creation of our life in an empowered way. This deck was inspired by the Norns, 3 mythical figures that rule the destiny of humans within Norse mythology. The name Norn derives from a word meaning to twine, referring to how they weave the threads of fate. Fate is seen as a malleable thing with some fixed aspects. Did you hear that? A malleable thing with some fixed aspects. And I've been telling you guys for a while that your destinies and where your life is going is being rerouted. It's being moved. So this is the part of your life that there's that malleability. There are things that you're going to go through or that need to happen, but you do have, like I said, agency and effect in your life. Remember, I was calling you guys co-creators because you are a co-creator, but you got to know that, right? So that in your co-creation is where you have power. So this card is partner. This card's partner is the Weaver. Let's look what's out here. Weaver, fate. Weaver was first, then fate, right? Okay. So This card's partner is the Weaver. Where am I? Give me a second, guys. The Weaver asks you to tend to the threads. This card asks you to get clear on the fate you are weaving. And that was the thing about how I was feeling with your tarot spread, feeling uninspired. Well, you got to sit down and think about, where am I going with what I have? What am I trying to create with what I have? What am I trying to say? What's my message? What's my legacy? You know, think that far. Think that far. And if you can't, just think about, what's my message? Yeah, what am I at least just trying to say? If I don't know what my legacy is, what is it that I'm trying to say? What am I trying to express? What's the feeling, the vibe I'm trying to give off, right? Okay, so this card asks you to get clear on the fate you are weaving. This card is big picture and all about vision. Okay, that's why I say, yeah, think as far as you can. What are you working towards? What are you saying no to? When we say no, we are saying no to all experiences that would unfold in the aftermath. Both the yes and the no is powerful when we are creating our reality. Guys, remember that. I'm gonna say it one more time. What are you saying no to? When we say no, we are saying no to all the experiences that would unfold in the aftermath. See, I made a decision to do something that I don't know an outcome, but there's an unfolding that occurs of a multitude of experiences that you could be denying by being afraid, okay? So it says both the yes and the no is powerful when we are creating our reality. Our reality is created with choice. So don't be afraid to make these choices. Make these choices. You know, I was having, it's two things that I'm feeling with fate. And it was, I was having a conversation, and fate mentioned about how life isn't fair. And that's the part about the shedding I was talking about. Shedding all the karmic hurt, shedding all the ancestral hurt, you know, any kind of karmas that you're carrying over that you had to experience, any ancestral karma that you're experiencing, all of that is finally shedding. And you could be left feeling like, what was all of that? Like, damn, I went through a lot, right? And now you're asking me to be creative and be inspired. But I feel a little shocked. I'm a little shocked. And I would rather have what people normally get on the hamster wheel. I want that hamster wheel stuff. No, you don't. You really don't. Deep down, you know you don't. So if you can take a higher perspective, okay, and know that you are too special to just be mundane, then go ahead and get into this journey, okay? Because there's so much more for you. You're really headed towards your destiny. You're creating new outcomes. Don't let the past, which keeps coming up, this Five of Cups in reverse, hold you back. Stop you from making decisions, okay? Stop you from moving. Stop you from quitting your job. Stop you from ending relationships that don't mean anything to you anymore. You don't let it do that. Sometimes this was the other thing that I wanted to say. I wish we could see how things are created in the ethers. The human being only sees 4% into the light spectrum. That's a very small amount. That means that there are so many things going on in the unseen that you have no clue that is happening around you all the time. And in that unseen is how the things you guys have been intending and manifesting are formed. They're formed first in the unseen. And I really want you to know that, like, you really do have a limited vision. I mean, there are animals who could see in the dark and you can't. That's what I'm trying to say. Your physiology prevents you from seeing certain things. But these dreams and messages your ancestors and guides are sending you are an extra set of vision, okay? Another way to see into the darkness. And you have to believe what they're showing you. Believe what they're showing you because it's real and it's coming. Don't give up. Don't give up on your projects. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on anything that your heart desires, okay? Don't give up on nothing because it's all happening. If we could see, we would know to just chill or where to put more energy into. But if you guys can get in tune to nature, to the spirit, to cycles, You will be able to feel when things are coming and when and how you should calm yourself down and when to put more energy into things. Just get calm. Get calm to know what to do. Excuse me, guys. To know what to do, okay? Yes, that's what I have for you. Remember that this is why you need to be connected to spirit, because of what I just said about the light spectrum. You have a limited vision, okay? But it does not mean you don't have power. You have power. Don't let your physical body make you feel like, you know, you can't achieve. You can achieve anything. You just have to be able to be mature enough to be patient, okay? To know things take time, to know that they are forming, to believe in your intuitive guidance, okay? All right, that's what I have for you. So if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link to book is in the description box below. If you would like to book a 30-minute recorded reading with me, go ahead and email me, and I will email you a link back. All the ways to pay and the prices for all the readings are in the description box below. Also, September 15th, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time is our next group reading. So if you're interested in that, make sure to join Patreon, because the Zoom link for that reading will be posted on Patreon. All right, guys, that is what I have for you. I'll see you later.